Hi everyone, it's Andrew, Pendle Hill Properties. Doing something a little bit different today. Obviously we've got to follow things through COVID regulations, so you're going to see a bit of distance between me and Tom. We're just going to talk you through why and what happens when you do look to get your property on the market with us and what process we follow. So I'm just going to duck out of vision now, and we're going to talk it through between just me and Tom. And any questions you've got at the end of it all, feel free to send us a message through and we'll have a chat with you.
Yeah, we're used to having conversations, aren't we? We should be all right to talk to each other about it all.
Right, Tom, tell us a bit about you, then let's get into it.
So yeah, I'm Andrew's son, Tom, one of the directors at Pendle Hill Properties. Looking forward to, again, trying something a little bit different and talking to my dad about something we talk to customers every single day about, but hoping that it'll help you guys understand a little bit more about the process and how things are going to work in a COVID-friendly time, but also every single day for us when trying to help people through start to finish, from listing the property to selling the property through to the conveyancing period. So.
Absolutely. So go on then, Tom, tell us a little bit about what is the first process when people ring us and want an evaluation.
It's plain and simple. If you've seen us out and about and you've requested that valuation, given us that phone call and taking the first step into finding out more about your property's value, it's getting a time in the diary. Come out, you'll meet myself or you'll meet my dad, Andrew, and we'll get you in a position where you're understanding an accurate sales figure for your property. But the first step, initially, give us a call, get a time in the diary, and let's get out and see you.
Okay. What are we doing differently at the moment, just in regards to COVID, Tom?
Safety is a priority at the minute, so face masks and gloves and ensuring that we keep distance. We're limited to the numbers in terms of who we can see in a property, so it's a maximum of 2 people when we come to see you. Younger children are absolutely fine at this moment in time. But yeah, face mask, gloves, trying to keep our distance. We may request that you just open up a couple of windows, keep it ventilated, but for us, yeah, safety's key. And we'll make sure that when you do call up, that we'll just prompt you on the few bits and bobs that we need from you, just to keep us safe and yourself safe.
Lovely. So you talked briefly there about getting out to be accurate. What's your thoughts on the way that we do that differently?
I think it's the time and effort, isn't it? You've known from the 13 years you've been doing it, and you've drilled it into me over the years and talked about what we need to do differently to make sure that we're not overinflating prices just to win instructions.
Good. Yeah.
Open and transparent is the key to success when we're valuing these houses. So prep before we even come through the front door, looking at the property's comparables locally on the street, going a quarter of a mile out, half a mile if necessary, looking at what's sold recently and also in the last 20 years. So due diligence, you know, I'm a good talker, but I waffle a little bit sometimes as well, is key. So looking into everything that we can do to ensure that we're accurate on that figure.
I think one thing I would just put in there is its locality.
Yeah.
It's knowing your market, you know. So, you know, we focus very, very heavily in that corridor that we work on in regards to obviously BB12 postcode, but then we pick up all the other areas through the referrals, through people seeing the quality of the photographs in particular.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the accuracy, as you've quite pointed out, is knowing your market and knowing what you can and you can't get.
We're always on the road, aren't we? And we're going, and we're very focused on the areas that we look into.
Hands-on, doing the job ourselves.
Exactly.
Doing our own viewings.
We know what's sold at what price and in what time scale. If someone's in a position where they want to move quickly, we know what price that needs to go on at. Yeah. That's just simple.
And vice versa, we can gauge people's expectations.
Absolutely, Dad, yeah.
Good. All right, so in regards to once we've done the valuation, what happens next?
So evaluation's done, you understand where you sit, we've sort of put an action plan together. So one thing I like to do personally when on my valuations is an action plan as to what is next, based on your circumstances. If you're in a position where you want to move quickly, we have the capabilities to get Ian, our photographer, booked in straight away. So Ian would be the next person that you hear from. He gets booked in direct with yourself, so your contact details will be passed on to him. He's worked alongside us for 13 years. He'll be in touch to arrange a time to come look at the property, address the areas within a property that potentially just need tweaking to be made correct. And then from that there, you'll get to meet Toby or Leanne, 2 of the team members, to get the write-up and everything progressing from there. So it's then from evaluation to the point of actually looking at how we can dress and make sure your property's put in the best light.
Brilliant. So again, just to touch in, professional photos, floor plans, individual websites,
Yeah.
they're all produced by our professional photographer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leanne does the write-up and the brochures. You get a PDF of the brochure going through to you.
Yeah.
Proofread it, make sure you're happy with it, and then at that stage then, providing the weather's been kind, when we go to do the photographs, the externals, we'll go live.
Yeah, absolutely.
If the weather's not right, we'll go back, and if it takes us a week because the sun needs to come out, those are the little bits of attention to detail, you know, blurring out of any personal photographs, moving of cars, all the bits that really make the difference.
Yeah. We're a team, a small team full of individuals with different skill sets. Toby and Leanne are excellent writers and they've got a fine eye for detail. We're brilliant at understanding people's needs, requirements and what they're looking for, and also at negotiating to get people the best price possible. So small team will know the house inside and out, but I think from the word go, when we look at that marketing, plays a big part into what we all do. I think you'd agree.
So in regards to, we've got the instruction, Ian Leanne's been out to do the photographs. What is the first stage of our marketing?
So Toby and Leanne's gone out, photos done, write-ups in place. Toby and Leanne understand that you know that house better than we do. You've lived there, you've seen it, you understand the specifics in that property. So what we'll do is we'll send you off proof to read the brochure, the write-up, and ensure that you've gone into fine detail on that front. Once that's okayed and we understand that we've got everything correct from that standpoint, it's then about focusing on what we have as a first protocol, which is Facebook. Facebook for us is something that makes us stand out dramatically from the crowd. Putting sneak previews together, allowing people the opportunity to see a property before it goes live onto other portals like Rightmove and our website, really gives people the chance in a real buoyant market. It's not stagnant. People are out there looking to buy right now. We've never seen it so busy. It gives our fan base via Facebook that opportunity to not miss out, to find that dream home, and its visibility to allow us to leverage that into what will be the best sale price for yourselves.
So I mean, I would just add into that, the key for us is you don't sell your house via Facebook. What you actually do is you generate demand and interest.
Absolutely. And
the sneak previews we do, because the photography is so good, we can do that. If you put rubbish stuff out there, you'll just devalue and make properties not desirable.
It gets things going, doesn't it?
We're very clever with the way that we work on that. Right, so we've got the sneak preview out. What's the next stages in regards to getting it out, client matching, those types of things?
Yeah, so it's initially looking at the type of property, the location, and understanding as to whether we've worked with anyone recently that potentially may be interested. So an initial call maybe, and just starting to generate interest before we click live, looking to see if there's anyone that we've worked with closely previously that may be interested. But then it's just all about the key to selling your house, which is Rightmove.
Yeah, getting the demand for people that want to come and view.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes on to Rightmove. Visibility is great via Facebook, but genuine, qualified opportunities come through seeing marketing that stands out above the rest on Rightmove.
Accurate prices.
Accurate pricing.
Yeah.
The email, floor plans, the email alerts go out, and that's what then brings that opportunity forward for us to then get the viewings booked in, which is obviously the next stage in the process.
Again, so we've got interest coming in. I think a good example is the one in Trodden that we put live again yesterday. So automatically, I think we've generated 6 valuations. We can't do open houses at the moment, so we've got gaps and sanitising breaks in between everything. But I'm right in saying that you're going out on Saturday, you valued it, you won the instruction, and you're doing all the viewings yourself.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time.
We promise that, don't we?
Unfortunately, that house sale has fallen through, and it's a common thing. It happens all the time, and people get upset about it. But I think for me, it's about making that pain less through the personal touch that we have and helping people understand it's going to be a bumpy road, but the key to success is how we manage it as their agent.
Being individual and personal. And
that's a perfect example, that one in Trodden, jumping straight back onto it, 6 viewings after 24 hours back onto the market, booking them in for a Saturday. I think you were booking one in at 7 o'clock the other evening via email. Yeah. It's not missing opportunity, getting straight back onto it and helping people understand it's a bumpy road. It's a bumpy road, but we're going to help you and less of that pain when it does come about.
Okay, so after those viewings are all done on Saturday, what process do we have for follow-up and feedback?
Follow-up and feedback's pretty straightforward for us. I mean, you always get initial feedback from the questions that you ask on a viewing, because sometimes you will be able to understand as to whether a property is going to be right for someone there and then. But I also think it's really important not to be too pushy. Allow people to have time to sleep on things and understand what they've seen, let it process, and then follow up. So I can gauge that initial feedback. If someone wants to speak to me, my phone line's always open. But I think 24 hours, sometimes even 48 hours, depending on the type of person that you've spoken to, is key to allow them to mull things over. Then it's a phone call from us to the client or the potential purchaser to understand and gauge what the thoughts were on the property. And we ask people to be open and honest with us as we are with them. Because if there's small tweaks and small changes that we can make to your property that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, that might be the difference between selling your house and not. So feedback is key, but it's a simple phone call from ourselves out to the customer. Once we've received that feedback, it's all put into writing, put through our posh new CRM system that we've got, which we've just invested into, that we're loving at the moment. And then obviously a phone call to the client to help them understand how the viewings have gone, what hurdles and objections we came up against as to the reasons why they didn't want to buy, but then obviously feeding that back and helping them understand where they sit right now, what our gut feelings are as to how long it's going to take to obtain an offer that's acceptable.
Timescale wise at the moment, we roughly can fairly confidently tell everyone that I think it's 82% of all of our properties that go on the market sell within 6 weeks.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Okay, so that comes down to accuracy, professional marketing, all the things that we do, real proactiveness, working all hours God sends, doing the viewings ourselves. So we've done that. We get a viewing valuation coming. Try again. We've done that, and we've got offers coming in on the property itself. Obviously, with me having the amount of experience I've got in negotiating, probably 20,000 deals.
Unbelievable, yeah.
People ask us, why do we pay you sometimes a little bit more money? Why are some estate agents cheaper than other people? Well, my opinion is that you want the best people with the most experience. Negotiating your most expensive asset. And the job is that I get involved with the negotiations. You're just getting there nearly as good as me, but we're a bit less time.
Well, there's a competition going on as to who's doing it well.
I'm definitely winning that one.
I will see.
But in regards to obviously the offers accepted, the next stage is to the proof of funds, which we do between us. We're very careful to make sure everyone's got what they need to have and what they should have to be able to progress to being under offer. And obviously at that stage then we'll guide our clients as to whether the offer's the right offer, whether we think it's worthwhile taking or whether we can get more. But in the current climate, again, I'm right in saying that the majority of our stuff is selling for asking price, if not slightly above.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, all them reasons you just touched on, I mean, starting from a fee perspective, yes, we are, a lot of the time we are a little bit more expensive than other agents, but I think you hit the nail on the head, it comes down to time and pricing. I think it's very easy for our competitors to come in and value a house price at ridiculous figures, but you'll sit there for months on end, and it's so damaging, and it's a really easy way for competitors to come in and win new instructions. I think where we're different with the open and honest and accurate valuations that we provide, it just allows people and gives people the best chance to achieve the best price possible. I think outside of that, our biggest investment is time. We come out, we value the houses. I think I deal with 90% of all the viewings of every property that I go to see. Whether that's at 6 o'clock of an evening or 8:30 in the morning, we're there.
Well, I mean, at the moment we've got 105 houses on the books. 82 of them are under offer and going through. We're actually left with 23 properties. 23 properties we can still personally, hands-on, me and you manage from a viewing perspective. Which is, again, you pay for what you get, don't you?
Yeah, of course you do. If you want someone looking after what is probably the most expensive sale, purchase, whatever it might be, of your lifetime, for the sake of an extra £500, £1,000, £2,000, in the grand scheme of things, if we can negotiate you £10,000 extra for the sale of your property, as seen in recent comparables, it's really down to us, of course, to make sure that we tell people and help them understand and see the value in what we do, because we really do care, don't we? That's one thing.
We've done the deal, we've negotiated the best price, they're under offer, we've checked all the finances out, we've checked the chain out. We've done absolutely everything. At that stage, we like to place things under offer.
We do.
And at that point, viewings will stop, but we'll retain any data from anyone that's maybe showing interest.
It is really important that we touch on that once an offer is placed, it doesn't just stop there. We don't put a house under offer without understanding that a client, we've seen proof of funds, we understand they're in a position to proceed, and we're also in complete understanding as to how long their chain actually is. Are they a first time buyer?
Managing expectations, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, because people will, the first question they'll ask at this point is, well, when are we going to complete? Yeah. But it's helping people understand that in current circumstances there's delays, but it's
the current circumstances are the key to that. You've got to, the buyers and sellers all have to have had full communication between each other. The amount of times at the moment we're dealing with people that want to move in tomorrow, it's just not physically possible.
No.
But if you set the expectations correctly at the beginning, you know your customer, you know what they're trying to buy, you know where they're going to, you're speaking to them regular. That's why we can manage the carefulness between, obviously the sale and the actual completion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we've stopped viewings, Tom. We're taking data, but we're continuing with everything. Solicitors-wise, we've obviously got our recommended solicitors.
Of course we do.
And that, again, is key at the moment, isn't it?
Absolutely.
We can't make you use them, but we want you to use them. It makes a vast difference in regards to your time scales.
It's allowing people the opportunity to work with a solicitor that they may have used all their lifetimes, never had an issue with, and have got that relationship with. It's the same with us. People build relationships with us over the years, and we'd hope that they come back and use us again and again. So it's flexibility. Yes, we work with some proactive solicitors that we'd always recommend because they're doing a great job in a difficult climate, but not forcing someone into a deal or leveraging the fact that you've got a panel solicitor that you want to use. I think that it's complete. It's just right, isn't it, to let people have that flexibility to choose a solicitor they want to work with.
It's the law, isn't it? But the key for us is that we, working with solicitors closely. Obviously, I do all sales progression, and as you know now, it's gone from a 3-hour job to a full day and a half job.
Yeah.
On Tuesdays I go through every client, every sale, every solicitor, every purchaser, every onward, and by the end of the week I know absolutely everything about the properties that we
100 plus phone calls, 100 plus emails.
More
every Tuesday.
Obviously I'll let you tell the camera and the people that might be listening to this just what difference does that make, do you think, of having the main director of a company doing sales progression?
Well, for us in the industry, it's simple to see that we can sell houses, we can do an amazing job with the marketing, we can put them up, find 4 or 5 people interested and get a great offer. But what people don't see is what you do in the background. You can sell a house 2, 3, 4, 5 more times at the back end of a sale.
You can have need to sell it, so things like surveys, electrical checks, cash reports, people having concerns about this and that. There's numerous times where clients don't see that, but we are effectively reselling their house 3 and 4 times.
All the people from the outside in sees a sale falling through, which as well as I do, can be damaging, as long as if you don't have an estate agent or someone like ourselves in place who can give complete transparency on the circumstances and why that has happened.
And treat every customer the same in every house, your house.
But I think the key for me is the fact that you're managing everything. You've done it for 13 years. You've got the relationships with solicitors, and you're in a position of authority where you don't mind telling people as it is and being completely transparent. I think doing that saves us so many opportunities to sell houses.
I think it makes us complete on more houses and
absolutely.
not the way we do it. So timescales wise at the moment, we've always historically said it 6 to 8 weeks. We're probably now 10 to 12 weeks, depending on the circumstances. But again, the sales progression makes all the difference to that, doesn't it?
It does.
Okay, so we've got through that process and we're at the stage now talking about completion. And dates and that lot. So it's all about communication, making sure people are aware of when we're going to be moving so they can get removals booked. And then hopefully we're getting to the point where we can start taking some posh photos and handing keys over. Which nice. I know is a bit that you enjoy doing.
Getting a picture, and I think that end result is probably our favourite part of the job, is seeing someone pick up some keys because of a job that we've done extremely well from start to finish. It's not always, for us, our main interest with the seller, getting that right price and ensuring that process has been as smooth as possible for them from start to finish. But it's also really rewarding to see all that hard work result in somebody picking up some keys for what is their next home, their investment property, something that they've spent a hell of a lot of money on, and we've helped them from start to finish get to that point. So it's great on both sides. Obviously it's lovely to work with our with our vendors and to get to that point. But seeing someone pick up some keys at the end of the day because of that journey we've been on is amazing, isn't it?
It's rewarding.
It is rewarding.
And we get paid.
And we get paid, yeah. We have to get paid sometimes, don't we?
Absolutely. Right, Brill, Tom. So I mean, in a nutshell, if you can just say to people, you know, why right now should they be putting their house up for sale at Pendle Hill Properties?
Open, honest, complete transparency, accuracy on valuations, and I think that all-round management of what we do and working so closely with our customers, the time that we invest in, and I think at this present moment in time, the absolute key is missing no opportunities whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, it's a seller's marketplace, and there's a lot of buyers out there. So for us to find someone who's willing to pay the best price, it's never miss an opportunity, always been available, close family business, and
personal touch.
And personal touch,
And
yeah.
making sure every house matters.
Yeah, we love it, don't we? It's our passion. We talk about it at night. We even dream about valuing properties.
Sadly,
Yeah, I know, which might come across a bit sad, but you know, it's a conversation at the dinner table. We're always thinking about it, and yeah, I'd love to work with anyone that we can do on and helping them on that process, which is a roller coaster, but we like to think we make it a little bit easier, don't we?
Certainly try. Brill. Thank you, Tom.
No, no worries.
Fantastic.
Cheers, Dad. Thank
All
you.
right, see you later.